Hello, and welcome back to another flight review. If you're new here, my name is Jet, and today I'm flying on one of the world's longest flights with Singapore Airlines. We'll make our way from Singapore Changi all the way to Newark Liberty on board a beautiful A350-900 Ultra Long Range in Premium Economy. So let's go. We start today's journey here at the Premium Economy check-in desk at Terminal 3. There were a couple of people in line, but it was pretty empty and I was checked in and on my way in less than 5 minutes. This was filmed back in November 2023, and at the time, Changi Airport's Changi Festive Village was in full swing. This included a whimsical candy wonderland, games and rides at the Candy Carnival, a winter experience at the Candy Snow House, which I walked through on the way to immigration. I can't imagine being a kid and seeing all of this at the airport before a long flight. After making my way through immigration, I checked my gate and found out it had moved from Terminal 3 to Terminal 1. It wasn't a big deal though, as Changi has a train connecting the terminals, so it's just a quick ride over to my gate C1. I got to the gate early, so security wasn't even open yet. Like I say in all my Changi videos, just remember that you'll go through security at your individual boarding gate, so just keep that in mind. We've seen this boarding area before in my Starlux video, and the views are even worse at night. Here's our aircraft for today, a 5-year-old A350-900 Ultra Long Range with registration 9VSGA. Boarding started a few minutes late, but nonetheless, we all got on the plane in time. And welcome on board Singapore Airlines Ultra Long Range Configured A350. Entering through the L2 door, you'll pass through the second business class cabin before making your way to the back of the plane where all the premium economy seats are. I didn't get this gorgeous throne seat, but instead I got seat 39A, which features an adjustable headrest, and waiting at my seat was this kinda mediocre pillow and a standard fleece blanket. Each premium economy seat features a large 13.3-inch IFE screen along with a USB plug and a coat hook. Beneath that, you have a seat back pocket filled with literature. There's also a handy footrest and 2 water bottle nooks. There's an IFE remote in the center console, and your seat recline and leg rest controls are on the opposite side. Each seat also features a personal universal power outlet. Unfortunately though, there are no individual air nozzles. Boarding wrapped up, and we soon started our pushback for our 16-hour and 42-minute flight over to Newark. Singapore Airlines provides noise-canceling headphones to each premium economy passenger. Each seat also features a reading light and a second USB plug too. 30 minutes after takeoff, we already had our meals at our seats. In Premium Economy on Singapore Airlines, you can pre-order your meal through their Book the Cook program, which allows you to order from a larger selection of meals. I went with the unagi don, and I was immediately questioning my decision once I saw it. The eel was served on a bed of rice with some noodles and came with a side potato salad, a berry mousse for dessert, ginger ale, a water bottle, metal cutlery, and some bread, cheese, and crackers. Overall, it was a very substantial meal, but the eel really just missed the mark. It was extremely mushy and honestly just felt a bit sloppy. The cabin was dimmed immediately after dinner, but the crew did make frequent trips up and down the aisles with water and snacks. I usually always have a good experience with Singapore Airlines catering, but this main just didn't hit the spot. On top of this, the crew for some reason was extremely rushed throughout the dinner service. Maybe they just wanted to let us sleep, which is very considerate, but even still, I wasn't done eating when they came back to collect our trays, and I'm a really fast eater. During the summer, you experience 2 sunrises on this flight, but since it was winter when I flew this, I only got 1 sunrise, but I did experience 2 nights, which was interesting. As the sun started to set, our breakfast was served. I again had pre-ordered with Book the Cook and opted for the Singaporean carrot cake. The presentation wasn't the best, but this meal tasted so much better than dinner. It was served with a yogurt, a croissant, some butter, and fruit. We were given metal cutlery again, which is always nice. The breakfast service definitely wasn't rushed like dinner was, so maybe they did just want to let people sleep. The sun was gone and we headed into our second night of this flight. Taking a look at the IFE, you have plenty of options on board Singapore Airlines. There's a great selection of movies, TV shows, and music. And of course, there's a moving map too if you'd rather just stare at that the whole time. Wi-Fi was also available on today's flight, and at $15.99 USD for the full 17-ish hour flight, I found that very reasonable. Before we started our descent into Newark, our second breakfast was served. I pre-ordered a fruit plate because I figured I'd be extremely bloated at this point. I was impressed with the selection of fruit and by how neatly it was prepared. We got metal cutlery again, which is always nice, especially for this small meal. The crew came through one last time and collected all our trash, and we soon started our descent into Newark. Honestly, this flight didn't feel incredibly long, maybe because you experienced 2 nights, so if you're lucky you can sleep through most of it. I also didn't feel any horrible fatigue either, but maybe that's just thanks to the incredible A350. Overall, the catering on today's flight did miss the mark a bit, and I also didn't really experience the same level of service I'm used to on Singapore Airlines. My breakfast was definitely better than my dinner, and I really did enjoy it even if it wasn't the prettiest to look at. I do wonder if the catering sits for a while after preparation given the later departure of this flight, but I have no idea how the catering logistics work for this flight. It could have just been an off day for everyone, or maybe the crew was really just trying to be considerate and let us sleep as soon as possible. As far as the seat goes, it was comfortable and spacious enough, but it does lack a bit of good lumbar support. My lower back did start to hurt a little bit, but I could also just be getting old. The seat also does feature a leg rest, but at its full extension, you will get a bit cramped and maybe feel a bit claustrophobic. All this being said, if I ever needed to get from Singapore to New York again, I of course wouldn't avoid Singapore Airlines. Generally, I've always had positive experience with them in all cabins. Today's flight was great, and really the only thing I can complain about was the first meal service. And welcome to Newark almost 17 hours later. Like always, a huge thank you to all of you for watching another one of my flight reviews. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you aren't already subscribed, please help me out and hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing, but can totally change the trajectory of my channel. Right now, I'm editing an Air Canada signature class and a Porter Reserve video, so I hope to have those up soon for you all. Thanks again for watching, and I hope your 2024 is off to a great start. See you all again soon.